Okay, we're here at the Wellington Aquatic Complex, and we're going to make sure we have this pool set up properly for a short course yards meet, having 25s on starting at this end and finishing down there. So first thing we got to do is plug everything in. First step, make sure you have power. Next, we're going to have 3 cables plugged into this lower box. This is for short course yards. You have your double pronged thing right here and start. This large double gray wire is going to be here on the left, and you have your starting system plugged in right here. Here, make sure you have the scoreboard switch on and your microphone is plugged in there. Now as we go over here, everything is going to plug into the back of your System 6. This is what controls all the information coming in from the timing pads. So first we have that power cable coming in that's going to go into a power strip. Then plug in the power in the back right here. Next is that double gray cable I talked to you about. That's going to go on the top on the near end, and that single black wire I told you about as well. Now that double pronged back black wire that I showed you earlier is going to go in right here under timer start, and make sure you have your microphone plugged in right here. Mic 1 on the bottom there. Have your auxiliary speaker turned up. Plug in your championship start system also into the power strip and plug that right into here. Once you have that in, flip the switch, turn everything on, and you are good to go. The microphone is also going to plug in as well, and before you talk, make sure you have that flipped up. Okay? Not only that, but the sound system surrounding the entire pool has to be turned on inside. Now, when a swimmer actually touches the pad, we got to have everything set up properly over here as well. Here we are in lane 8. This has to be slid right into here. It's pretty simple. It slides in. Make sure you have that done. The pad is going to be plugged into touchpad, and your backup button is going to be plugged in right here on button. This whole thing screws in right here. There are no switches to flip. You just plug everything in, and you repeat that for all 8 lanes. Lane 1 is down there on the right, and it proceeds all the way to lane 8 here on the left. Now, because we're doing 25s, we have to have another cable plugged in. We have a single black cable plugged in here on the far end on the top slot. That is our extension cable. That's going to extend all the way to the other side. This is where your extension cable plugs in, and this is the actual cable that collects all your button and pad times on the far end. Now note, down there is lane 1, down here is lane 8, and in the computer it will come up correctly. For whatever reason, this one's not marked, but we can see clearly that this is lane 2. So as you plug everything in, it's going to be backwards. Make sure that you note as the plug goes left to right, you have your primary, your touchpad plugged in on the left, and your button plugged in on the right. It's going to continue that way for all 8 lanes. For whatever reason, this one, the sticker's upside down, so it is going to confuse you, but if you have it folded this way, you still have your primary on the left and your button on the right. Don't let lane 4 confuse you. It's going to continue this way all the way down to lane 1, which is marked as lane 8. Make sure you have that plugged in correctly. When everything is good to go, test out the system and everything should work.